Hi, Katie here with Washtenaw County Parks and Recreation. Today I'm going to take a couple minutes to show you how to identify a couple common invasive shrubs in the winter. It gets trickier this time of year because they've dropped their leaves, which is one of the common identifiers for these shrubs. So we're going to look more at the bark and the thorns, the pattern of the branches coming off of it. Some of them still have leaves, so that'll be helpful if you can find them. Otherwise, here are some tips. The first one is autumn olive. So this one here is easy to identify, or easier because it still has the leaves. And this one, I love it when I can find the leaves on them because underneath it looks like they've been spray painted with silver paint. So there's the top and there's the bottom, really shiny. The bark on this is distinct too in color because it's a little bit of like a rusty brown to this kind of just standard brown, but a lot lighter than some of the other shrubs that we see. There's two ways to look at the branching pattern. This one here is what we call opposite because they come opposite of the stem from each other like a mirror. It's symmetrical around the stem. And then the opposite of opposite is alternate. So here we have, back to the autumn olive, this one is alternate. So you see that it's kind of step-like. So one comes out on this side, we step down, and over on the other side, step down and out. So this is what we call alternate. So autumn olive, one thing you want to look for is the alternate branching. And then most of the time you can find these thorns mixed in. Another invasive shrub is the common buckthorn. Half of them have berries, like this one here. All of them have kind of a darkish, grayish bark with these little lines, if you can see it, called lenticels. So have like these little eyes on them called lenticels. The third type of branching that we see, and I've really only ever seen this in the buckthorn, is what I call sub-opposite. So they're not exactly mirrored, but just a little bit of a step between the two. So we have a little step there. Here's another one where they're just slightly offset. And then with buckthorn, as the name suggests, this one also has thorns. A lot of times you'll find them along the stem, or really commonly you'll find them where the branches split. There'll be a little thorn in the middle. So to review our two invasive shrubs that we looked at today, the first one is autumn olive. If you can find the leaves, they're a lightish green, but it's the underside that's really distinct with what looks like it's spray painted silver. The bark is a brownish, rusty brownish color, and then the branches are alternate. The second shrub we looked at is the common buckthorn, and then just as a reminder, some of the things to look for in identifying that are the berries, but remember only half of them have berries. They've got thorns, especially where the branches split. The bark is a dark brown, dark gray, and then lastly the branches split in a sub-opposite pattern.